Welcome back, everybody, to the Breakthrough Moment podcast. Super excited for this interview. This is a good close friend of mine, entrepreneur friend. We met through some network marketing experience and another company a few years ago. And today we have Thomas here. Thomas, mate, thank you so much for being here.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
So Thomas is tuning in from Bali, and we're actually going to connect potentially over in Bangkok in the next couple of days with his new venture. But I want to introduce you to Thomas. He's an incredible human being. He's a man who leads with his heart, and he's been an entrepreneur now for over 6 years, following the freedom lover lifestyle in Bali. He just had a new baby with his beautiful wife, and they're really creating a lot of change amongst the community in Bali and also globally. What's really cool about Thomas, he's an owner of his own jewelry brand business called Munai. He also What's super exciting, and he keeps talking to me about it over and over again, which he's finally got my attention, where he's partnered with a company that's on a mission to clean the plastic waste from the ocean, from the planet, and clean the environment. And it's pretty interesting. It combines community, multi-level marketing, and blockchain to clean, I guess, our society. And so I really want to dive into that and pick his brain around how that all works. But before we get into this, Thomas, thanks for joining us. I'm just going to do a quick intro for everyone here at the podcast. The Breakthrough Moment is all around sharing successful entrepreneurs' breakthrough moment where they share with us the pivotal moments that broke them into the next level of success. And as they share their breakthrough, it allows us to have our breakthroughs at home as well. So over to you, Thomas. Let us know share us a bit of your short story, I guess, and some of your biggest breakthroughs throughout your career.
Yes, thank you. So to give a quick overview, I'm what I like to call a product of the matrix. I was raised by the system to be one of the top executives in large companies and basically to further continue the system as it is. And then I had my major breakthrough when basically it was time for me to realize that I'm not meant to continue on that path, but to go on the entrepreneurial journey, which is actually the freedom journey. That was in, when was it? 6 years ago, I believe, 6 years ago. So yeah, I came from a very conditioned environment, top engineering school in France. Then we went into strategy consulting, advising for the biggest companies in the world in the US. You know, the three-piece suit, 12-hour days, loving what I was doing, but not the why, the content, the what it's doing in the world. I was just loving working with people, understanding the problems, helping the clients work through it, organizing. So I liked everything that was soft, but not the what. So what we are doing, I couldn't care less. Optimizing IT systems to save millions, like, was completely for me out of alignment, but I didn't realize it until life made me have a major breakdown, which then led to a major breakthrough. And if you're asking me about a breakthrough moment, this is definitely the one, because it changed my entire life and I had to break down completely. You want me to tell you more? I don't know how
Oh,
you
the
want to
cliffhanger.
play on that
Yeah,
on that
don't
one.
leave us hanging. Don't leave us hanging. Yeah, please
All
share.
right. So yeah, basically, had a giant burnout, terminated my romantic relationship, my career, and even my health. So at this moment, I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna die. Maybe everything I thought I was or was supposed to be is finished. So then I took 2 years off to go and do this backpacking thing in Asia. No idea what was gonna happen, but actually I had a giant breakthrough into personal development and spirituality, and then started to understand that if I'm gonna put my energy in a direction, so my time and my work and my thoughts and my power, then it better do something good for the world, because actually it does matter if I'm spending so many hours of my day working to something. So then I discovered that business is actually a fantastic tool to change the world and make a better world for the future generation. Because business is just not dreaming or vision or an idea. It's also hard work and hours and getting new skills. And it's something that you build up month after month, year after year. So great things take time. So when you are consistently working on something, something is going to come out of it. And then I realized that, yeah, life is not about being a hippie, sipping coconuts on Kopangan, where I did that. I realized, okay, I have a skill for business. I have a skill for bringing people together and working towards making a difference. So then I became an entrepreneur at that moment. I didn't even know what it was, to be honest. I just became an entrepreneur, and I first discovered this Healy network marketing thing actually with you. That was my first time, and I was like, wow, look at that. I can earn my own income doing something I'm passionate about, and it grows over time. It can even grow exponentially. So then that was my first taster of freedom and of purpose. And then one thing led to another, and now I own several businesses, one of which is this jewelry brand that I co-created with my wife. It's very successful. We have about 20 employees. We're selling all over the world. And then 2 years ago, I got involved with that incredible project that offers to massively clean up the environment and redistribute abundance to the community at local level, those who actually collect and recycle the plastic, and at international level in terms of the influencers, the promoters, the networkers, or anybody that wishes to contribute to clean up the environment and earn an income. So then I was like, okay, this feels like a great alignment. So I dug deeper and I discovered that today, indeed, it is possible to make money cleaning the planet in a massive way, not just a beach cleanup. And that on top of it, we get to support many people in that journey by redistributing abundance and building a better future for tomorrow. So now I'm really focused on this one, and I'm very happy to tell you guys about it.
Wow, so cool, so great. And it's great to see each other's journey as well as we're going through the roller coasters of life, and it's super exciting and super uh, amazing to see you go from strength to strength with the jewelry business and now this new business here in Bangkok. We'll go meet up on the weekend. So before I find out a little bit more about this environmental business, tell us, for other entrepreneurs out there who are also going through a bit of a breakdown, right? They're struggling. Maybe they were in a job, maybe they're wanting to break free, and they're just feeling stuck in their own breakdown. Do you have any advice for those entrepreneurs?
Yeah, keep pushing because the breakdown is the best thing that's gonna ever happen to you. And making a decision to give up on trying to be and embody that freedom you want, and just going back to a 9 to 5, unless of course it's like a critical thing that you need to do to support your family or something. I would say even if it's gonna be very uncomfortable, keep pushing because there is no reason why you're not gonna have a breakthrough. And thank you, Zach, for making a podcast for that purpose. Indeed, I got inspired to have the balls to do it. And I hope I can also inspire people to continue on that journey. So today in the world, there's so many opportunities thanks to technology and communication and the social media and the AI and whatever you want. It was never a better time to basically get financial independence, doing something you love, and on top of that, that has a purpose in the world. So if you found that and it's yet not working, keep pushing, keep being flexible, change your personal development, your habit. But if you believe in it, there's no reason it wouldn't work. And if you don't have one idea, find one because there's a million opportunities out there. And of course, I'm representing one and I'd love to invite you to check it out. But my point is, it's so worth it. And it's so worth all of the pains that you might be going through now or that you're about to go through. Because the journey to freedom through entrepreneurship is the game changer for all of your life, but also for the next generations, for your children. If you can build generational wealth, it's a huge stress that you take out of their shoulders. So I'm very, very passionate about this. I hope this is helpful.
Yeah, well said. It's good to know. It's good reminders at the break. If we want to have a breakthrough, it is usually preceded by a breakdown. So it's part of the process. So keep pushing, keep going. I love that. One more question before I ask about the environmental company. Tell us, if you could go back in time, in a time machine, and go to the very beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, and just change one thing, what would that one thing be?
All right. You see, we didn't prepare the questions beforehand. So let me let me give it a moment.
Yeah, take your time. That's fine.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, so what I would say is don't underestimate integrity. Like the integrity with which you walk from the start in every one of your relationship or deals or ideas is going to stay with you. And what you're going to build will be a reflection of how much integrity you put in there. And it was not at all in my field at the beginning. Just this concept of integrity. Now it's one of my central values. I discovered it over time. And I discovered that in business, there's all kinds of people. The ones who have a strong integrity, they don't even have to say anything. You just know and you notice it by their action, by their track record. And actually, I feel like your integrity in business is a great value to capitalize upon year after year. Like you should be known for that. So I definitely would like to connect on it. Are we still?
Sure. That's a really good point. The empower of integrity, 100%. 100%. It's quite obvious these days with so many distractions and different shiny objects and the ego can kind of come up and distract us. But if we have high integrity, the ego is going to be kind of under control, So well said. So tell us a little bit more about this project. How are you guys cleaning up the environment? Apparently you guys have had a deal with Shell as well to turn the plastic into oil. Is that right?
Yes, yes. So basically, the golden age of plastic recycling is starting. And, once every decade, there is a golden age for something. Right now, it's plastic recycling and AI, of course. So what we do has nothing to do with AI, but it's more brick and mortar kind of um, market where we have a lot of trash on our hands and we are absolutely not doing anything with it that is good for the future. Right now, it piles up in nature, it destroys our environment, it kills animals. And when you look at the plastic production every year, it's just increasing exponentially. So we're heading towards a disaster. However, it is time to do something, and we don't decide with our little company and our little idea that it is time. It is time on the market. Now we have, the United Nations, the World Economic Forum, all of the ones that basically decide in which direction the world is going. They are now turning their focus to plastic waste. So a huge emerging market is starting. And of course, that's really the best moment to get involved before everything is really established. So for example, with carbon, the last 15 years, we've been talking about climate change and global warming, and we're emitting too much CO2 in the atmosphere. So a lot of effort has been put towards planting trees, capturing the CO2, doing the carbon offset and so on. Whether we agree or no with what is happening on that side with the global warming, what we cannot deny is that the market is there. Almost $1 trillion market in 2023 for carbon credits. So there is a real business and it's not a small one. The good news is that the same story is now repeating itself with plastic waste. So there is something bigger than just our company happening. It is the time to tackle plastic waste as a global pollution issue. Our company found something useful to do with all of that plastic trash. So what they are doing is doing an infinite recycling with pyrolysis of that trash. So basically what we're capable of doing is taking the plastic trash and reverting it back into oil. Plastic comes from oil. So found a way to extract the oil again, which is of course gold. And we do so without polluting the planet and almost without costing any energy. So we have something that is easily scalable and that answers a huge need in the world. What do we do with the recycled oil? You're going to ask me. Well, today we sell it back to the petrochemical companies who are making new plastic because they have now by law a mandate to buy recycled plastic. So the only reason why we have a business at all is because our clients, such as Shell, have to buy what we produce by law. So of course, on business-wise, that's absolutely fantastic. Imagine having a business where your customers have to buy what you produce. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, on top of that industrial solution, which of course is promised to a great future, they added a network marketing layer to promote the plastic credit. Plastic credit is the offset mechanism. And it's basically a way to sell not only the product of the recycling, but also the service of the recycling. So this absolutely genius company that I am definitely a part of and a great advocate for found a way to extract 2 times tens of millions of euros from this plastic trash that is laying around and polluting the environment. So normally, at this point, you should be like, okay, that sounds like a freaking good idea. But what's even better is that there is an opportunity for everybody to join and contribute to cleaning the planet and to receive abundance in return. Of course, I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty details of the business model here. However, I would like to invite you to take a bit of time to check it out because it changed my life, changed the life of dozens of people around me. And we're surfing on an emerging market that is bigger than this company. So why not check out this entrepreneurial opportunity? It's easy. Everybody resonates with it. We do need to clean up the environment of this plastic disaster. We have a solution and we're using community and blockchain to do it. So that's the couple-minute pitch. And I hope it makes you curious enough to send a message to Zac and be like, can I know more about what Thomas was talking about?
We'll put a link around the video in the podcast here, guys. Get in touch and we'll send you some information. It's very exciting. At the end of the day, you know, we all know that we should do just that little bit extra for the environment and for the next generations. You know, I was down the beach here in Copenhagen and I was going for a swim and there's plastic in the ocean and there's kids playing and, you know, it's quite shocking compared to the Western world. But what we did is I just grabbed a couple of plastic bags and went down on Sunday and just did a bit of a cleanup. And, you know, it feels good to contribute. But I think what would be even better is to be able to contribute and build a business from it. That's the next level. So I think that's fascinating and brilliant what you guys are doing.
So let me just give you some numbers, right? Because I've been doing it for 2 years. So you can ask yourself, what is the result after 2 years? And that will just take me a minute. So after 2 years of me, one person who decided to join this mission, the result is that we have recovered from the environment or prevented from going into the environment 20,000 tons of plastic trash. 20,000 tons is the equivalent of a city of 500,000 people in Europe producing normal plastic trash for 1 year. So just me, one person who decided to join and go behind this mission with this company, I ended up to recover 20,000 tons of plastic waste from the environment, but I also earned about 200,000 euros. So this is the outcome of, yes, it's possible to clean up the environment massively and earn an income. And I'm here to embody that and also lead by example and show the way for anybody who would like to do it.
Amazing. Super inspiring. So who are you working with at the moment? Who are the people that are jumping on board and working with you? What do those people look like?
I like to say that there's 3 types of fish. The number one big fish is going to be an influencer or a famous person. The number 2 type of big fish would be a successful businessman or businesswoman who is already establishing a lot of abundance throughout their business career. And then there is the normal fish. The normal fish is 90% of the people. They are neither crazy rich or neither crazy famous. Okay. So we have opportunities for all profiles. Of course, most of the people that we are working with is normal fish, meaning regular people. Mostly, I would say people above 30 years old for sure. But some of my top leaders are 60 years old and they never made so much money in their life, have feeling so much purpose, and they're just loving it. So at the moment, we are accepting collaborations with any kind of profile, from 18 years old to be legal, all the way to, I think the elder person in our community is 77. And if you're not a regular type of profile, you're more like a famous person or very wealthy business person, we also have opportunities for you. So we're only going to make a big difference in the world if we all come together and actually put our skills and our resources in the same pool, in the same effort. And I do believe that this project, this company, has an enormous ripple effect 10 years from now, 20 years from now for the environment. Not next year. We're still like touching nothing on the global scale about the plastic pollution. But in 10 years and in 20 years, it will not be nothing. It will be a real chunk. And that's what this company wants to do, to leave a legacy of having changed the game regarding the way our society pollutes the planet with this plastic trash. If I can add one thing, I believe that this business is actually in service to humanity in three distinct ways. The first one is that we are helping our society, our human society, to not end up polluting the environment with plastic trash. And a society that doesn't pollute and destroy its environment is more evolved than a society that does. So I'm absolutely convinced that this work and this company and this opportunity is really helping to elevate the state of consciousness of our society regarding plastic waste, trash management. The second is that it allows us to gain a very generous income, helping them on the mission because of the way that it's set up, so that we can manifest our own dreams and our own vision. And everybody who comes on board, they have a beautiful dream and a beautiful desire to have a better future. So that's the second way this business is serving humanity. And then the last one is that not only we get to clean up the society and the environment and to make money for ourselves and our dreams, we also get to help other people do the same and start on this journey of sovereignty and financial freedom. So for those three distinct reasons, this company, this project is in service to humanity, and that's why I'm so passionate about it.
So important. This is so important. So important. I think as I'm growing older and wiser and seeing the world more and more and more, it's kind of sometimes easy to forget the contribution part in terms of just getting busy, staying in the flow of doing business. It can kind of get I kind of lose sight sometimes of how is this making an impact. But I think when you can align with projects and partner with companies like this, it's the everyday is contribution and impact and legacy, which is super, super powerful. So couple of last things I'd love to ask you before we wrap this up. Cool. All right. That's all good. I'll edit it after. It's fine.
Go for it. I mean, it's good. I haven't lost you for a second.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I guess to wrap it up, Thomas, what would you say is the main message from today's podcast?
Well, the main message is a message of inspiration and of hope, that today many entrepreneurs are able to come together and make a difference for the future in a way that is outside of the system, I would say. So I think the system, the way it is, has led us to be in this situation today in the world, where there is much suffering caused by greed and by corporations that have lost touch and connection with the human level. But entrepreneurship and all of the opportunities that exist today in the world are making a difference. And through your podcast and through my testimony, hopefully I could inspire you to continue on this journey or even start this journey, because it is very important that as many people as possible have the courage and the commitment to get engaged with aligned businesses that actually create a difference in the world, and not selling crap online on TikTok or something, like something that actually matters and that are going to improve our lives and those of our children. So of course, there's also an invitation to check out this one that I'm representing, because I think nothing more powerful has ever been done before. It's a success story. It's a industrial unicorn and timing is perfect. So there is this opportunity here for you. There's also so many more that are require your attention and that maybe you're supposed to contribute to. I hope you do. I hope you help us to create a better world for tomorrow, and that I hope we can get to come together and network and create this force for a better future.
Amazing. So good. To also inspire some entrepreneurs out there, do you recommend any books or any resources that have helped you have other breakthroughs throughout your career as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, actually, hey, most people already always recommend, personal development books and organization books and so on. So it's not my case at all. Actually, I didn't read any of those books. For me, what accompanied my entire breakthrough is my spiritual awakening and my personal development life. And one of the books that impacted me the most is called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And it's not about business, but actually the teachings and the effect that it had in my life did end up opening for me a new path of conscious and aligned entrepreneurship. And he wrote a second one called The Surrender Experiment, which you have to read after. And the Surrender Experiment is how he embodied these teachings to become a billionaire in America. So I can tell you that here you have a recipe.
Okay. So it was The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond
Yes.
Yourself, Michael A.
Yes.
Singer. Nice.
And then he
Awesome.
wrote his own experience of life and all of these teachings, which is called The Surrender Experiment.
The Surrender Experiment. Okay. Beautiful. If you were to challenge the audience and push them and kind of inspire them in a certain direction, what would be that one challenge you'd like them to take away today for this week or this month into their lives?
It's not going to be a very pragmatic one, but I'm still going to say it. Wherever you think you have fear, just go there exactly, whatever it is, especially in business. Because if you can overcome some of your fears, the infinite possibilities will open for you afterwards. So fear, as usual, is the thing that is ruining our lives and ruling our lives. I really call everybody to not be afraid, to step up as a warrior, in your own way, your own authentic way, and get those fear out of the way, because this is blocking your potential, it's blocking your great contribution to this world. And I still have my own fears, but I'm still gonna take my advice, and wherever I'm afraid, I'm gonna go there.
Great advice. It's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. I interviewed Alex the other day as well, actually, and I'm sure I'll meet some amazing entrepreneurs on the weekend to interview as well from the organization. So any final comments for the listeners at home?
Please come check out what we're doing. We need you. This planet needs you, and you can make more money than you ever dreamed about. So I want you guys on the team if you're listening to this podcast.
Awesome. I'll put the links around here to connect. And everybody, thanks for listening at home. See you next time.
See you.